it's me, Lindsay, with Equip Me OT, here today to talk about sleeping in recliners. Now, recliners can be the most comfortable, easiest to get in and out of, and typically best solution for a lot of individuals who really struggle with sleeping flat in bed. So I do find that recliner sleep is super common, but it can come with some physical challenges if you do it over long periods of time. So for those who are recovering from surgery and find themselves in a recliner, or for those who are using a recliner for long-term sleep, this video is for you. So I have lots of suggestions on how you can set this up, most of which are going to be pretty independent with the user, so you won't need a second set of hands to be able to use this. First things first, I want to talk about pressure management. One of the issues with recliners is they really weren't meant to be sat on or slept in for really long periods of time, so the cushions aren't exactly perfect for those with potential wound issues. So I want to show one quick tool that I absolutely love that was created. This is a recliner alternating pressure mat. So this actually fills with air. It's by Lundberg. It straps onto the recliner really easily. You can see it has these two straps that go around the bottom of the footrest and then a clip that goes onto the back. Once it's in place, it creates alternating pressure all the way up the full length of the body to reduce the risk of or to help with healing of any wounds that are present. I always want to talk about this because wounds and recliners tend to go hand in hand, so you want to make sure you know what you can do. There's another option that I use quite frequently, especially with my own grandma because she loves it, and that is just a simple low pressure cushion. So I use something that's like a honeycomb gel cushion just on the seat, and that alone has made a huge difference for sacral pressure, which is right at that tailbone, or kind of wrist force pressure along that sacral area. So both of which can be hugely beneficial if the individual needs it. So if those are not your issue, you can go with just a static recliner, just like this, and it's very comfortable. However, when you sleep in it, you run a few risks. I like to always cover a recliner with some protective material because they're difficult to clean. Unlike a bed, they don't have sheets that can be removed. They're not easy to cover. So having a nice set of chuck pads, these are really beautiful. They're called Flourish pads and they come in beautiful designs. This will save you so much time and energy of just making sure you protect these cushions from moisture and damage, whether that's an accidental spill or any sort of incontinence. So that's the first step I like to take. After that, I often cover it with an additional blanket or sheet, and this again will help with it just kind of staying clean and make your life a lot easier if you're sleeping in it to be able to keep it clean yourself. I also find that this helps with sweating. A nice cotton sheet over this material is much more comfortable for those who tend to run on the hot side. So I tuck it in right around the edges. Then you can remove it and wash it. It just keeps everything a lot more sanitary. Now, let's start with positioning. So a few things you can do for positioning are really a lot of pillows that add a lot of comfort. So let's talk about the neck first. This pillow is by EOT Wellness. I actually developed this for this purpose. Has a weighted tail and it goes right at the head. And this is designed to help support, don't want to spill your water, support your cervical spine, so the neck. You want to maintain that curvature the best you can. The nice thing about this design is once it's in place, it's not going to shift around on you. It's going to stay put. Now, if you're somebody like me who also desires a good amount of lumbar support, you can add a second one. And again, the tail's going to leave it in place. So once I put this here and I find its perfect spot, I can set it here. Move this pillow. I'll show you that one in just a sec. I can put that in the lumbar, layer this one on top of it. Now I've created a lumbar and cervical support structure. This is so helpful in preventing back and neck pain when you sleep in a recliner. All right, now I'm going to sit down because the rest of this I can show you from that position. Once I'm seated, I'm going to adjust this neck and back support to hit just right. And actually, I got it pretty darn close on the first try. Just like that. I have the curvature of my low back supported, whether I'm seated or reclining. These are going to stay in place. And I've got my head and neck supported. So important in preventing that back pain. The next thing I want to show is a really cool product. It's a wearable abdominal pillow. Now, not everyone's going to need something that's wearable, but one of the complaints I get is this is an awful lot of pillows. I can't imagine getting up and having to put them all back every time I go to lay back down. Well, this pillow solves one of those issues. So I like to have a pillow right across the abdomen to rest your hands on, because it's going to be a far more comfortable option than having the hands kind of flopping free, and it's going to help with shoulder and overall chest, upper back comfort. This is a wearable pillow. It's actually designed for individuals recovering from abdominal surgeries. So if you've had a C-section or any kind of abdominal wound or opening, this is going to help because you can kind of hug against it and apply pressure. It also has places to put drains, so if you have a drain in place, it has little pockets for it, but it also has pockets on the front so you can keep a cell phone within reach. Really helpful for those who want to be able to communicate but maybe struggle to find things if they are slipping off to the side or they are on a table at a distance. You can put things right in these pockets, which I really like. But what this allows me to do is now when I get up from the chair, my neck, my lower back, and my abdomen supports can stay right with me. They're going to stay put. They're going to stay on my person. I can get up, use the bathroom, come right back, lay right back down, and boom, I'm back in my restful and comfortable position. Now, if you wanted to add a few more pillows, I strongly recommend these placements. I like to have pillows to fill the gaps. So these gaps on the sides can be a place where hands and arms can go to get kind of stuck, which can often produce discomfort in hands, wrists, shoulders, elbows, you name it. So I like to put a little pillow to kind of bridge that gap. I'm going to move my cup. You always want to have some water nearby too, because that's going to save your life if you don't want to get up all the time. That's why I like this recliner. It's got 2 cup holders. I'll link this particular recliner in the description. So just like this, I've added pillows on both sides. I've got my abdomen pillow, and now I can prevent my arms from sliding down into those armrests. Now I'm going to recline. With these pillows here, which again, once I'm in this and comfortable, these pillows can pretty much stay put. I may need to shift them around a little bit if I get up, but just like that, I can recline. It's actually really comfortable. I'm going to fall asleep. I can recline like this. This position right here is very ergonomic. I have a neck support. I have an abdominal. I have elbow support. I'm in a very neutral position. Sleeping like this will not leave me with any cramps or discomfort for the most part. The last places I want to address are from the hips down. So one of the things to look for in a recliner is you want to make sure that there's a solid surface here. Some recliners are going to come where they actually disconnect between the seat and the footrest. If that is the case, you want to fill that space with a pillow, because that gap is going to be where you will tend to see people fill with some fluids behind their knees, and that's where that great deal of stiffness can come in. So if I had that, I would put a pillow there. Another thing you can do is if you're on the shorter side and your feet don't hang off the end, or you simply want to get some elevation, floating your heels with a pillow like this at the end of down near the footrest, this combo right here just gives just enough extra support, makes sure my heels are what's called floated or up off the surface, so I don't run that risk of developing pressure sores at the heel, which is another very common region, aside from the tailbone and back, that develops pressure sores. This is going to leave me elevated. I can continue to recline into a farther, flatter position. This particular chair doesn't go all the way flat, but pretty close. And now I'm in a really good elevation to get some fluid draining out of my lower legs and feet, which is often an issue. I've got my abdomen supported, back, neck, and my arms. From here, I could take a nice restful sleep and still be able to get in and out of my chair with relative convenience and ease without moving too much back and forth between them. Now, one other thing people often ask is how to put a blanket in place so it'll stay. I have seen some solutions for this that involve actually strapping a blanket to this chair itself so that it doesn't fall off throughout the night. A light blanket is smart so that you're not wrestling with something particularly heavy if you're getting out of the chair frequently. So pick whatever is most comfortable for you and your environment. Now, if you have questions about this, how to sleep in recliners, how to position for better rest, I have a whole playlist on sleep videos. I would implore you to go check those out. I'll link them up here. And if you want to know more about these equipment pieces that I'm showing, the description will have those down below. And as always, if you need more information on how to stay safe and independent in your home and community, consider subscribing to Equip Me OT. Thank you.